Hi guys, Kelsey here for Wolf Industries with part 2 of our upgrades and options video. And this time we are focusing on the exterior options of a Wolf home. Now this house has a lot of doors and a lot of 8x10 covers. When we started the interior options video, we started at that door, which is their front door. We ended the video with their sliding door in their main bedroom. Now we're gonna start with just calling out standards versus upgrades. Okay, so the first thing you see on the house is the siding, and the lap siding here, which is your horizontal siding, is your standard option on our homes. In a two-piece unit like this one, or on a single unit that's a gable roof style, you're going to have an alternating siding option up in that gable. On a two-piece unit like this, you've got lap siding as your standard for the body of the house, and up in the gable would be your board and batten, which is your lined vertical siding. But they went with a cedar shake upgrade, which are beautiful cedar shakes that accent that gable. On a single unit, depending on your roof style, because you can have your shed roof, which is your one angled high side with those upper windows, or a gable on a single unit, that would determine if you're gonna have some sort of gable accent or if the siding would be carried all the way up to the top. Okay, next would be our roofing material. Our shingles would be your standard roof material, where the metal roof, like you see here, would be your upgrade. Okay, so the next option upgrade would be your doors and the decks and stairs that go up to your entry. In this house, based on how it is placed on site, this is your front door off of your living room, and they did a craftsman style front door, which your standard would just be a 6-panel. This craftsman has your windows up at the top. There's also a full light option, so you can have lots of natural light coming in your front door. And then as their deck option, our standard for final inspection and to be able to get into your house, you have to have a way in and out of each door, which should be a little 3-foot by 3-foot with a couple stairs. They chose an 8x10 covered porch, and it's a gable style covered porch to match their roof line. So when we're talking out covers and decks, it really depends on what your roof style is. On a single unit, if you did, let's say, a Model E with a shed roof, you could have a shed roof porch coming off of the other end. So we're matching the style of the roof so that it's not contradicting itself. Now, when we're talking exterior lighting, all your exterior doors are going to have that cute little carriage light next to them. And then other options would be, you see a floodlight over there. Our standard floodlight can be either on a switch or it can be solar. And then one thing that this house doesn't have, but it's a pretty cool feature, are soffit lights. So under all of these eave overhangs, you could have little soffit lights. So from the interior options video, we noted that in their master main bedroom, they swapped what was a window for this sliding door. And we can do swaps of windows and doors as long as we're following our shear wall supports. So when we're doing your pre-production meeting, we're gonna review what our structural plan is and check where those shear wall locations are. The shear walls are your supporting walls for a house. And as long as we're following shear wall regulations, then we can swap windows and doors, add windows, modify things as needed, which is why we have 3 doors in this house and one of them being a sliding door. Okay, one other option would be to add this storm door to any of your exterior doors. It does have a nice feature where this upper section slides down and becomes a screen so you can still get airflow. And I don't know if you're counting, but this is 8x10 covered porch number 3. So as long as we're following all of our door supports and shear wall requirements, we can place decks and covers in many locations around the house. And the cool part about a Wolf home and placing it on your property is that it's really up to you what's gonna be your front door or a back door based on placement and what you have going on. So if you take a look at this view, it's an amazing view. We're up on a hillside, and if you recall back in the interior options video, the living room, dining room, kitchen had all the windows out to that beautiful view. And placement was based on what they are looking at. If you recall in our interior upgrades video, we are looking out from their living room, dining room, kitchen to this beautiful view. So all their windows are facing in that direction. And if you check out the floor plan on a Model I, technically that front door is supposed to be on that side. It's over on that wall, that would be your front entry. But again, based on house placement on your property, we've moved doors, we've modified windows, we've added sliders, we've put 8x10 decks everywhere on this house to make it the best view possible for what they have to enjoy. So that is part 2 of our upgrades and options video. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below.